And a very good morning. You've tuned into Market Fatafat on ET. Now I'm Mubina Kapasi. Markets continuing that gaining streak. It's certainly turning out to be a lucky year, I suppose, for the Lal Street, or at least if we have to look at the way the Nifty has moved in the last 2-3 trading sessions. 11,850 as well, conquered on an intraday basis. But Market Fatafat is, of course, all about flagging of those individual movers and shakers and what's really leading the gains in the markets today. So to do that, we are joined by Sumit Bagadi of Choice Broking to talk to us about the technicals of individual stocks. And from the research team, we are joined by Pranay and Soumya. Morning, all of you. And before I kickstart the show with the very first stock, the insurance sector is witnessing high growth despite a slowdown in the economy due to financialization, and the largest player in life insurance, LIC, is gaining its market share. This was a very candid chat that we had with the new LIC chairman with our managing editor Nikunj Dalmia. Here is a slice of that exclusive conversation.
Yeah, there is a slowdown, no doubt about it. But then what I'm seeing is that insurance business is growing. And one reason why it's growing is whenever there's a downturn, there's a need for people to go to safer assets, and that's what they do. And always life insurance has done well when there's a slowdown. But then this slowdown is not permanent. We have seen slowdowns in the past too. It's only a question of time. I can't say when, but then we'll be getting out of it. But meanwhile, we are doing very well.
Well, this was the new LIC chairman's very first interview and one of the biggest voices you will hear. A very rare interview as well given by an LIC chairman. But let's continue with the countdown, or rather kickstart the countdown, and let's do so with the PSU, because that certainly is the cynosure of all eyes today. PSUs are certainly buzzing, and how? So Soumya, BHEL, why has CLSA upgraded this one, and that too so massively?
Well, yes, and in fact, this stock is definitely gaining for the third consecutive session, and today's gain comes on back of this very positive note by CLSA, wherein they've upgraded the stock from sell to buy stance, and they've also hiked the price target from 54 rupees to 67 rupees per share. Well, they add that strategic sale would definitely unlock value for BHEL, and the company has a lot to gain from strategic partners. And not just this, even if this divestiture fails, they see very limited downside from here on and from the current levels. However, they have trimmed the FY20 EPS estimates on back of weak first half of FY20. Despite all of this, they have raised the target price and also have changed their stance from sell to buy, which definitely is auguring well for BHEL.
Well, 9% higher now for BHEL, and in fact, as we speak, there's been a big spike in all of these PSUs, not just BHEL. So I think that's pretty interesting to note. Okay. Let's move on and talk about another PSU, and this one is IOC, continuing to gain in trade today as well at 146 rupees. So of course not with as much fervor as we are seeing some of the mid-cap PSUs gain with. Nevertheless, Sumit, what have you been observing in some of these OMCs?
Hi, good morning. Well, see, oil marketing companies are looking good to me. HPCL, BPCL, IOC, all these stocks are looking good to me. IOC looks like that from here on there is a possibility that we might see a good up move in which we can see levels of around 152 and 155 levels. I think for a trading perspective, it's better to initiate long positions at the current market price. On downside, 141, 142 is a support for IOC. So that should be the stop loss for long positions for the upside target of 152 and then 155 levels in next couple of days.
All right, that is the view then on an IOC. It's a buy call, target at 152 to 155 rupees. And the other stock of the day is also Infosys. In fact, it has been the stock of the last couple of days, especially since all of those whistleblower concerns that have come by. Now today, as you can see, there's a bout of recovery in the stock. It's at 668 rupees. This morning, ICICI Securities has said that they do not find any perceivable inconsistencies in the Infosys data points. There are no irregularities in the key data points shared by Infosys, and this is coming in at a time when the US SEC has initiated an investigation. In fact, ICICI Securities has also said that Infosys has always made clear that certain deals such as Verizon and Stater should be seen as investments made to build relationships with strategic clients. With an anticipation, margins on these deals are expected to remain dilutive to company average for long. And in fact, this brokerage firm as well has upgraded Infosys from hold to buy. 668 rupees for Infosys, a nice bout of recovery seen today. And Soumya, another stock that is seeing a lot of pricing action is auto ancillary company SKF India. How were the second quarter numbers?
Well, talking about this auto component maker SKF, on the top line front, we saw a degrowth of over 2.5% on a YOY basis. Not just this, in fact, the profit line was also not very impressive, which remained flat at roughly 85 crore rupees. Well, this definitely reflects that the entire auto sector has been going through a slowdown, and in fact the first half of FY20 was definitely not impressive, and this definitely shows in the kind of set of numbers that SKF has reported. The stock's definitely falling on back of these weak results.
Big fall seen in SKF India. It's 3.8% gone today in trade. Sumeet, the PSU banks as well are gaining. It's not just the PSUs, but PSBs too that are seeing a nice uptick. Bank of Baroda, one of them. Anything that you've observed here?
Bank of Baroda is looking good to me. It's quoting at around 95 levels. I think after a long time, we have seen a move in the stock. Looking at the chart, looking at the structure, it seems that from here on, there is a possibility that we might see a move till 100 rupees. That would be the psychological resistance as well as technical resistance. Once the level of 100 is taken away, we can see upside move till 104, 105 levels. I think for next couple of days, it's better to be on buy side in Bank of Baroda with a stop loss to be placed at 90 or 91 levels on lower side for the upside target of 100 and then 104 levels.
Okay, buy target at 100 rupees for a BOB. HPCL, look at the way this stock as well has surged. It's the fourth straight day that we are seeing gains coming in for this OMC. And of course, like I said, the entire PSU fervor is really working for HPCL as well. It's at just about 320 rupees. Now, remember, yesterday we had observed a very optimistic note that came in from Macquarie, not just for HPCL, but for the entire oil and gas sector. They're speaking about upside to the profitability bit of these companies. But more importantly, for HPCL, even for BPCL for that matter, there is material upside due to the government's focus on divestment. And the entire divestment story seems to be the key theme surrounding PSUs as the management changes in. You have private players coming in and managing these companies. So all of these PSUs are certainly being watched out for with a very keen eye. Okay, let's now go across to Pranay then and talk about a big mover, and that's HDFC Life. Pranay, what's the trigger?
Well, yeah, Mobina Standard Life, which has been holding about 19% stake, has sold off 5% via block deals today. So that is worth about $600 million, and it was expected to be sold off in a discount of about 6%. Thereon, you've seen a nice jump that has come in the stock. It's up about 4% after that big block deal today, and it's the largest life insurance company which is doing very well, private life insurance company which is doing well on the bourses right now.
That it is 3.9% higher in trade. And Soumya, PVR, big news over there with respect to its QIP.
Which closed on October 29th. The company has now come on the exchanges telling about the issue price which has been set at around 1,719 rupees per share. This is at a discount of over 4% to yesterday's closing price and at around 5% from the floor price that it had set. The stocks currently is trading lower by marginally by over 0.4%.
All right, that's PVR for you. Okay, Pranay, Petronet LNG as well has delivered its second quarter numbers. What's it looking like?
Well, the numbers have exceeded street expectations, and brokerages like Morgan Stanley believe that this handsome beat not just came because of high volumes, but also as a result of faster than expected ramp up at its Dahej terminal. And also there's a seasonal jump in margins which we've experienced right now. It may not partly continue in Q3, but for the beat that it has recorded, the estimates are being revised upwards, and therefore you're seeing a nice 4% gain on the counter. Also in the con call, the management has said that they are looking at long-term LNG deals, which will place them favorably in terms of pricing. And also they're looking at capex or some other inorganic moves going ahead.
All right, 3.8% higher for a Petronet LNG. And now, of course, take a look at Bandhan Bank. After that inclusion, after that merger with Graha Finance, there's really a lot of activity as Bandhan Bank has actually crossed 1 lakh crore rupees in terms of market capitalization. So, Varun, what exactly is it then? Do we have Varun with us? Okay. Okay, Varun, so what exactly is it then that the street is looking at, especially post the merger? What sort of value are we looking at here?
So we're just flagging it off today because it's a monumental day for the bank as it crosses a 1 lakh crore market cap for the first time. Now it's a retail-focused operation and Bandhan seems absolutely impervious to the slowdown as it's a micro lender. Now, the NPAs are also very low in Bandhan. Asset quality has absolutely not been a concern here. The Q2 numbers were stellar. Now it's transforming into a large global bank. It is now the 6th largest bank in India, so you've got to take your hats off for that. Also, if you look at the price to book over here, it's 6 times trailing price to book, nearly 5 times 1 year forward. So that is evident and speaks of the confidence in the counter. It's also been included in the MSCI index, so the flows should be enhanced and we should see a huge uptick on the counter. As you know, the flows will be enhanced going forward. Also, now the promoter of Bandhan Bank owned 81% pre the merger with Group. Post the merger, he'll still own around 61%. So there still needs to be another 20% dilution for Bandhan to fully comply with the regulatory norms. So we'll be keeping an eye out for how the eventual shareholding pans out, but that will come in next quarter's statement. So just a real monumental feat for the bank, real positive mover. It's done very well over the last year and in the recent months as well. So we're flagging it off on that basis today.
Yeah, it's picked up quite a bit from the day's low, but yeah, for 1 lakh crore rupees, that puts it in one of the top leagues of banking names. All right, we're done with 10 stocks, so let's just take a look at the RWI small case and see what that one's up to. Is it participating in the uptick that continues for the benchmarks? Yes, it is, and with equal fervor. 565 now for this one, 0.5% higher. And on that note, we'll take a very short break on Market Fatafat. Do come right back. We'll continue with the countdown. Welcome back. You're watching Market Fatafat and ET now, where we are counting down to some of the biggest movers in trade. So let's continue with that. Pranay, Interglobe Aviation. Yesterday it did see a big fall. Today a bout of recovery.
And yes, it's a good jump that we've seen today. So the recovery has continued, which started day before. That's after landing its 300 order that it is signed with Airbus. In fact, overall, now it has about 500 jets which are lined up for delivery, and not only are these from the A320neo and 321neo family, but also the long distance ones, the XLR, which it is looking to deploy on its international long haul flights, which would boost margins going forward. Also, this is the strongest season. This Q3 is the strongest quarter for the aviation industry, so perhaps that is also lending some rub off on the counter.
Okay, well, whatever it is, it's 5.7% higher today in trade, several factors working. And Sumit, today the pharma space is not exactly participating in the rally. In fact, many pharma stocks are losing. Cipla is now at 464, so it's really lost quite a bit in the last couple of weeks itself. For your view here?
Well, Cipla has given some profit booking today. It's showing some weakness today, but overall the structure is looking good to me. 455 is the support for Cipla. Till the time these levels are not taken away, I think any dip in Cipla from present level should be used as buying opportunity. Higher side, it has resistance at around 480, 485. So that should be the first target. A closing over 485 will take Cipla prices to 500 levels. At present, it's a buy on dip.
All right, buy on dips when it comes to Cipla, target 485 rupees. Okay, another PSU we'd like to flag off is BEML because that stock has been surging right from the word go. Now, reports are suggesting that the government may have actually started the disinvestment process and we may be seeing a strategic stake sale soon. Remember, we at ET now as well told you approximately a couple of weeks ago that BEML, Concord, these are some of the companies that the government is targeting to sell off a massive stake in these. So, looks like the strategic stake sale process could be seen very, very soon. And Soumya, what's the news when it comes to Lemon Tree? Is there any stock reaction over there?
Well, Lemon Tree is on an expansion drive. This time around, they've launched a new hotel, Aurika in Udaipur, and they've entered the city of Udaipur with this launch. Well, it's an upscale hotel with the 139 rooms. So definitely gives a good outlook when it comes to Lemon Tree, which is in this line and definitely is on an expansion spree and is adding more and more hotels to its pipeline and to its base.
Is and the stock price is just about steady, 1.5% higher for this one. Pranay and Rudhale, yet another initiating note from this one.
Yeah, from Citi, and they've set a target price of 350, which means they see around about 30% upside from the current levels. The reason why they're bullish is because now the expansion drive has slowed. So basically the investment phase is now ending. As a result, you should see improvement in the return ratios, and that should drive the re-rating of the healthcare and hospital space. So Narayana Rudhale is one of the most attractively valued companies in that sector, and therefore it's in prominence today.
Okay, that's 3% of gains seen in a Narayana Rudhale. Sumit, we did see Hindustan Zinc deliver its second quarter numbers yesterday, and since then it's been a bit weak. I mean, yesterday we did see a fall, today as well that continues. Anything that you're observing here?
See, the Hindustan Zinc is presently trading in a negative zone, but I think the base has formed, and in last couple of weeks we have seen that the stock has given good move from the levels of 200, 205 level. I think from here on there is a possibility that in next couple of days after a consolidation, we might see some good upside move in the counter. For a trading perspective, I think current market price are good levels to initiate long positions, and if there is a dip till 211 levels, then that should be used as a buying opportunity. Downside, the stop loss should be placed at around 207 or 208 levels for the upside target of 225 levels.
Okay, so Sumit says that the current levels do offer a good buy opportunity. GIC, this one certainly has been a buzzer, not just today, but in yesterday's trading session as well. It's the second straight day that we are seeing a massive surge. I'm not talking about small gains, but big gains. Yesterday, double-digit gains. Today as well, 7.5% clocked in, which means that in the last two trading sessions, this insurance company has logged in gains of 18%. Now, do remember the GIC is not a New India Insurance as well has been surging. We do know what's been happening with HDFC Life for the last couple of weeks. So insurance as a pack, once again today seems to be very, very strong. Only SBI Life is on the back foot, and we'll be addressing the technicals of that as well very shortly. But before that, Pranay, Tata Metallics, are the second quarter numbers good here?
Well, not really actually. The revenue is down 6.5%, EBITDA and profits are down over 50%. So profits have been impacted not just by employee expenses, but also other expenses over here. And segmentally, you will see that the pig iron revenue is down by 14% for that segment. Ductile iron comparatively has done better. That segment revenue has seen an 11% uptick. But overall, the numbers are below expectation.
Yeah, 1.7% gone for this one. And Sumit, like I said, SBI Life, this one's lagging. Just in today's trading session, though, what's your recommendation?
So the counter is very strong. In last 6 months, we have seen a one-way up move in the counter. After every up move, we see some profit booking, some consolidation. At present, we are seeing some profit booking and consolidation after a very good upside move. 1,000 would be the psychological resistance level for SBI Life. Once the levels are taken away, we could see upside move till 1025, 1040 levels. I think those who have taken long positions, they should hold on the existing long positions. One can initiate fresh long at the current market price, with the stop loss to be placed at 970 on lower side for the upside target of 1025 and then 1040 levels in next couple of days.
Okay. Well, on that note, we are done with the 20 stocks that we need to flag off as movers. So, Sumit, Soumya, as well as Pranay, thank you then for joining in on Market Fatafat. But every evening at 5 p.m. we get you the Rise with India prime time on ET now, and we do so with the Money Show. Now, Diwali is over, and along with it the festivities, but a lot of your children may have received tidy amounts of money from generous relatives. So instead of letting that lie in your closet or just spending it off on frivolous items, why not invest it for your child's future? And we are going to tell you how you can do so. Also, in our Meet Your Fund Manager segment, Harish Krishnan, who has, by the way, been a great performer of late, is going to be sharing his strategy on how he manages the Kotak Blue Chip Fund. And finally, car sales have certainly been bumper and how in Diwali, but is that hefty discount period over? So is it still a good time to buy cars? We will also be talking about that. All of this is lined up on The Money Show. Lots to watch and talk about. Before we wrap it up on Market Fatafat, listen in to Sanjeev Bhasin of IIFL Securities sharing with us his topics.
Corporate India, which is doing extremely well on the side that is the brick and mortar companies, you know. And when last have you seen State Bank, ICICI, Reliance and Tata Motors along with Tata Steel steal the thunder? So it tells you that pessimism was at its highest, fear was overblown, and in 2 months, you are, lo and behold, you are closer to 12,000. I'm very sure first 10 days of November you hit 12,000, but it's the broader market outperformance which in the last 2 weeks has given us enough, enough support now, which tells us that that would be the real delta which will be created in the next 10 to 12 months. So extremely positive on the broader market, and yes, like you said, the select large caps which are leading are the ones which were always bearing the brunt for whatever reason. So like I said, it's back to the old diehards of Reliance, Lever, Tata Motor and Tata Steel. Now Reliance has been the real, cherry on the cake, and it continues to be. So I think we have a target of 1650 as a disclosure. That has been one of our top large cap picks. We are not adding positions, but we are saying stay the course with your broader market, because I think the next 3 months we'll start to see outperformance on the broader market. So in the